Coming up on Mountain News this morning, a Commonwealth court is weighing in on the upcoming changes to Title IX. And Kentucky continues to try its best to provide meals for kids throughout the summer.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning, I'm Olivia Calfee. We are just past 5:30 on Tuesday, June 11th. Now let's check in with meteorologist Tim Drawbridge for a look at your forecast this morning.
Good morning, Olivia. Good morning, everyone. Just dealing with some cloud cover issues as you make your way from hazard points east. Nice clear skies to the north and west. Getting some fog now to develop as you make your way along the Ohio River and also back toward Lexington. Otherwise, for a change, fog is not a major problem across eastern and southern Kentucky on this Tuesday morning. Temperatures basically in the 50s. Cool spot right now is Irvin, sitting at 47, and the satellite radar composite not fully picking up on the cloud cover issues here across eastern Kentucky, but nonetheless we can see them now on the night vision with the web camera. And yes, the bubble of high pressure continues to settle in across the region, and after a spectacular day yesterday with a couple of pop-up showers, yes indeed, they did verify. Today, we promise a dry day, a sparkling day, and guess what? Nothing but a lot of sunshine and blue sky once we get the sun to fully rise and get into your Tuesday. A forecast high this afternoon up to 75. Heat and humidity are gonna be a-blazing. When? Details with the First Alert 7-day forecast coming up in just a few moments. Olivia?
All right, Tim, thank you. A sad update to a story we first brought to you yesterday. A missing Bell County man was found dead. Deputy Coroner Jason Steele says 73-year-old Donnie Fusen was found dead by a family friend a little before 6:30 yesterday. The cause of death is not known. His body was sent to Frankfort for an autopsy. Deputies say Fusen was last spoken to last Thursday at his home off Highway 92. State police are investigating a death possibly related to an animal attack in Letcher County. Troopers received a call about the incident around 1 a.m. Sunday. They say 57-year-old Trina Sandlin of Jeremiah was found on Dottie Creek in the Jeremiah community. Troopers say family members found Sandlin near her home over an embankment, and she had suffered injuries consistent with an animal attack. They did not say what type of animal. Her body was taken to Frankfort for an autopsy. In Claiborne County, Tennessee, 6 people are facing charges after a narcotics search warrant was executed. Last week, law enforcement agencies teamed up to conduct a search warrant at a home on 307 Old Kentucky Road in Tazewell. Officials say they recovered meth packaged for resale, among other things. Matthew Young, Joyce Young, Joshua Love, Michelle Violet, Robert Davis, and Robert Bussell were charged with various misdemeanor and felony charges. 2 minors are facing charges after police say they stole 2 Knox County school buses. Deputies with the sheriff's office received a call about a bus crash at a school a little after 2:30 yesterday morning. After leaving the scene, the minors stole another bus and ended up driving it to Lexington before it crashed. In total, 4 minors walked out of the Appalachian Children's Home in Barberville. The 2 not involved in the thefts were taken back to the children's home. A federal judge is weighing arguments in Lexington about changes to Title IX protections that are set to go into effect in a few months. 6 states have joined in on an 83-page lawsuit against the U.S. Department of Education, looking to change the definition of sex to include gender identity. It all started with a West Virginia high school female athlete who says a transgender student was allowed to compete with her in competitions.
We've seen the dangers of males competing in women's sports, and this goes even further than that. It opens up private spaces, it opens up locker rooms, restrooms, even hotels on overnight stays, and we want to ensure that women and girls are protected.
6 states have now sued the Biden administration regarding the Title IX overhaul. In a statement, Kentucky Attorney General Russell Coleman said, quote, the Biden administration's assault on Title IX would end 50 years of protections and fairness. If a judge rules in favor of the states, it would put the new changes on hold while the case works its way through the court system, end quote. As of now, the new rules are set to go into effect August 1st. In Breathitt County, a nursing home was evacuated because of a fire in the laundry room. Saturday afternoon, Jackson Fire Department got a call about a fire alarm at the Landmark of Breathitt Nursing Facility. While en route, firefighters learned that smoke was coming from the laundry room. When they arrived, they began evacuating the building. The fire was in one of the dryers, and firefighters quickly put it out. Once the smoke cleared, residents were allowed to return. No one was injured. A yearly report shows the overall well-being of Kentucky kids compared to all 50 states. While Kentucky is ranked higher this year than last year, education officials still aren't satisfied with where we are now. The Kids Court report released by the Annie E. Casey Foundation analyzes the well-being of children across the United States. It takes into consideration 16 different indicators like economic well-being, education, health, and community. In the 35th year of the publication, the state of Kentucky is coming away with an overall ranking of 38 out of 50. While there were some areas of improvement in education, we see some startling percentages showing how many Kentucky kids are not proficient in reading and math.
That's a heartbreaking one for us. In 2015, Kentucky ranked 8th in the nation in 4th grade reading. We've fallen to 29th in the nation in reading. Again, a call to action that we really need to come together and figure that out.
In 2023, Kentucky ranked even lower than this year, sitting at 40th out of 50. The highest ranking in the past 5 years was in 2020 through 2022. Kentucky sat consistently at 37th. As the cost of living continues to be high across the country, the expenses climb on food for parents when kids are home for summer break. But as I'm about to explain, many schools across the Commonwealth make it their mission to ensure no child goes hungry.
When school lets out for summer break, the free school breakfast and lunch does not stop at many schools here in the Commonwealth. Perry County Schools nutritionist Alexis Martin says their program continues to grow.
Thousands a day is how many meals we give out, because we serve children 0 through 18, so they don't have to be enrolled in the Perry County School District to receive a meal. So if we have a student or a child that's 9 years old, their sibling that's 2 years old can also get a meal.
Hazard Independent Schools Child Nutrition Director Rachel Miller says they also have a summer feeding program, and providing a balanced diet is imperative to a child's health.
We provide healthy, fresh fruits and vegetables, and they get the nutrition that they need on a daily basis. So even though they're not in school, they still get the same meals that they need throughout the summer.
Both Martin and Miller say it is a huge help to the parents in their districts during a time when their grocery bills could skyrocket due to the need to buy extra food.
When they come and get the meals, they're like, thank you, thank you. You don't know how much this helps us, because I mean, it is, even for a family of like 2 or 3, you can imagine the cost of groceries. So we're really thankful and blessed to be able to provide this meal and program throughout the summer.
And both programs have pickup locations and mobile routes to offer that during the summer to students. To learn more about pickup locations and how to get your child in the program, you can find this story on our website, WYMT.com. The Federal Emergency Management Agency is running out of money as the summer storm season begins to ramp up. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration now reports that the U.S. has already been hit with 11 extreme disasters so far this year. Combined, those costs add up to a price tag of more than $25 billion. The agency could have a deficit of more than $1.3 billion in August, according to a report. A FEMA spokesperson says the agency is working with Congress to address the funding issue. FEMA also says it is taking steps to fund a reserve to be set aside for initial response and recovery operations. FEMA is also warning survivors of the April 2nd storms to be cautious of people trying to obtain money or steal personal information. Officials say thieves tried to apply for FEMA assistance using names, addresses, and social security numbers they have stolen from survivors. Officials say don't believe anyone who promises a disaster grant in return for payment, and don't give your banking information to a person claiming to be a FEMA housing inspector. If you do not apply for FEMA assistance but received a letter from FEMA, you are asked to call the FEMA helpline at 800-621-3362. If you are a victim of a scam, report it immediately to your local police or sheriff's department or contact the office of the Attorney General. And when we return, Apple is appeasing Android users as the company wants to make its messaging system more efficient.
Efficiency with technology? No, come on, really? You gotta love technology. Gotta love this sunrise looking eastbound from Kentucky DOT up at Moorhead. Comfortable now, but we're gonna be sizzling by the end of the week. All the details with your First Alert 7-day forecast as your WYMT Mountain Morning News continues.